Hey guys, I'm going to be traveling back from Florida to Jersey today, so I figured I'd go and share some of my travel tips, things that aren't on your average list of things, most likely, and stuff that I've learned because I travel not a ton, but enough that I've learned a thing or two. So I'm going to get right into that because I'm hoping to save some time. I'll be heading to the airport in a couple hours and want to pack up and everything. I'll also talk a little bit about what I plan to do once I get home as far as improving this show, the channel, all that kind of stuff. So, first of my travel tips, something that I've gotten pretty good at is to not overpack. And I know that's a very common thing people say, but there's still such a need for a lot of people to overpack when really that need isn't there. For example, most people will pack an outfit every single day and maybe multiple outfits each day. If you think realistically, I don't know about you, but for me, I could probably wear my pair of jeans for the entire week of a vacation. I don't need a pair of jeans each night if I'm wearing jeans. Same with like shorts and stuff. Like I came on this trip, I was here for 9 days. I brought 3 pairs of shorts and a pair of jeans. Wore each pair of shorts maybe twice, a pair of jeans twice. It's more or less good. I washed a pair of shorts, so I had a little extra, and that gets into my next point. Most likely, wherever you're going will have the option to do laundry. Sure, you might be in a hotel. It's probably not worth it to do laundry in that case, but if you're going to family's house or something like that, there's most likely going to be laundry available, so take advantage of that when you can. Helps really reduce your baggage if you could bring half the amount of clothes you should realistically bring and just wash it halfway through. The only thing I say to overpack, which is a very common thing people will tell you, is always overpack your things that you absolutely cannot replace once you've moved or traveled. For example, medication is the big one. Not only overpack medication, but pack it in multiple spots, whatever bags you have and stuff, in case you lose one of your bags. That includes if you have your carry-on, don't just pack all your meds in your carry-on kind of thing. Put some in your checked bag or whatever in case you lose one, something happens to it. Just medication is a big thing that you always want to overpack, but even something like that, most likely you get your medication from something like a CVS, a Rite Aid, whatever. And most of those facilities will be in the locations you're at, and you can order more medication. Big thing for me with my Crohn's disease is I have an ostomy pouch. Big point I'll definitely get into in a future episode, but that's something where I have to special order all my medical stuff, and it takes about a week to get to me. So something like that, I always pack as if I'm going to need about 3, 4, 5 times as much as I realistically need, because that stuff you can't be underpacked with. Other than that, another point that a lot of people will mention, but I'll emphasize even more, pack your essentials in your carry-on. Just basically pack things as if your checked bag will get lost. I've never had it happen to me. I don't know too many people have had it happen to them. But if you pack everything in your carry-on, that's definitely a safer thing to do. In that case, if you did lose your checked bag for some reason, you have everything you need, at least for that day and maybe the next couple days, in your carry-on. My next big tip that's a little different than something you might see online is download all kinds of content. It just makes the trip a lot more enjoyable for yourself. Netflix and Amazon both have services built into it where you could download things for free per your subscription, but it's built into your subscription. I don't think a lot of people take advantage of that. Netflix, I would say about somewhere between 30 to 40% of their content is downloadable, including full TV shows and movies, all that kind of stuff. Same with Amazon. There's also options where I watch a decent amount of YouTube videos. YouTube has downloaders online that you could utilize and stuff. I know Siri Shortcuts has a YouTube downloader that works great that I utilize. So definitely look into that a bit more. I listen to a lot of podcasts. Podcasts you could always download, and they don't take up nearly as much room as downloading visual content like movies and TV shows and YouTube videos. And then Spotify Music is great about having that built-in download feature where you can kind of just click one, slide around a playlist, and download the whole playlist pretty quickly. And it doesn't take up a ton of room, especially compared to videos. On that topic, go and invest in some wireless earbuds if you don't have them already. I was very late to switch over to wireless earbuds, and I've always had wireless headphones, but I kind of just used them around the house. I wasn't using them in public because I didn't like how bulky they were. They're big over-the-ear headphones. So I started using those a lot more in public, and now I've recently switched over to wireless earbuds. Not only is this going to help you in the long run because it's looking like all these cell phone companies and are going to be getting rid of wireless or going to be getting rid of the headphone jacks fairly soon. So wireless earbuds will eventually become a necessity, and they've been around long enough that the price is finally cheap for the average user, at least to get cheap ones. You can get a respectable pair of wireless earbuds for $15 on Amazon. It's not, if you considering that a decent pair of normal wired earbuds are probably $10. If you get real cheap earbuds, they never last, and same thing will happen with the wireless earbuds. For me, it's worth the investment. I went in on Black Friday, bought myself a $30 pair of wireless earbuds that are fantastic, really well rated, 4,000 reviews on Amazon, all that stuff. And it's definitely made a difference for me, so I definitely recommend that. Another big thing to invest in that'll make your whole life easier, invest in an external battery that could charge all your devices maybe even more than once. For me, I invested in one a couple of years ago, an external battery that could potentially charge my phone fully about 3 times, most likely. The reason I got such a big one was to charge my iPad as well. I could charge my iPad once if I needed it to. And by having that, it's just been, even if I know I'll be near an outlet soon or whatever, sometimes it's a lot easier to have the external battery and hold it with you while you're charging your phone or whatever. Again, not as expensive as a lot of people think. I was able to get my external battery that charges my phone up to 3 times my iPad once, and that was $30 on a Black Friday deal, most likely. So you can get those cheap. You can get $10, $15 wireless or external batteries that can definitely do the job, charge your phone at least once. That would, I'd say, be the goal. Don't go and get free ones that they hand out at events and conferences and stuff. Get yourself a decent one that won't explode on you or anything dumb like that. I had one of those really cheap ones that my school gave me when I was visiting, and it ended up just exploding pretty much. So watch out for that kind of thing. But if you go and order one on Amazon or whatever, more likely than not, it'll be great. Another big thing that I've always been pretty good about is to download the airline's app on your phone or whatever device. Not only does it have the boarding pass, which makes things a lot more convenient than printing out the paper copy and all that, especially when you have gate changes and whatnot, but it gives you push notification updates on all those gate changes and whether the flight's delayed, and it might even give you that info quicker than when they make the announcement in the airport. I've had a friend that got that notification when he was looking through the app, ran up to the counter to change his flight before they even made the announcement that, oh, the flight's delayed 6 hours kind of thing. So he was able to avoid the big wave of people going up to change flights. Also on the airline app will most likely be, at least I fly a lot of United, they have a built-in entertainment thing where you could connect to the airline's Wi-Fi without paying for it and get free entertainment, a lot of movies and stuff. Through the app, you could also upgrade your seats, check bags, early check-in, all that kind of stuff. So saves a lot of time, makes things a lot more convenient. Big thing for me, I fly to Newark Airport pretty much all the time, and more often than not, the gate gets changed an hour before the flight, and I get that information on the app quicker than most people without an app, and also I don't have to worry about the boarding pass looking different and all that. And then final airport tip that you've probably heard before, but something I need to work on, so I'm bringing it up, is to be smart about what you're wearing when you go to the airport. Ideally, you should have shoes that are easy to slip on and off, avoid the belt. Neither of those I do a good job with. I own one pair of shoes, so that's, excuse me. So that one pair of shoes is the pair of shoes I fly with. I just deal with tying them and untying them and all that after I go through security. The belt, I like wearing a belt. I always wear a belt. So that's another thing that I have to deal with every time I go through security. But the way I make both of those easier for myself is you could kind of prep yourself as you're walking up in the long line to the security checkpoint by clearing out your pockets, throw everything that's in your pockets in your carry-on that's going to be checked by the x-ray machine things. You could even take your belt off ahead of time and throw it in your bag. Anything you can throw in your bag kind of helps consolidate everything rather than using multiple buckets and having everything loosely hanging out in your buckets, loose change and all that stuff. By throwing it in your bag, you know where it's all in one place. You kind of put it all in one pocket, and you could grab your bag right off the conveyor belt thing at the security checkpoint, just walk and find a better place to kind of sit down and reestablish yourself rather than kind of rebuilding yourself right next to the checkpoint with everyone else and people are trying to get through. So those are kind of big tips. Hopefully those were a little different than some of the things you've heard. Some of them I know were definitely repeats of things you've most likely heard, but they're just things I've learned along the way with traveling. So as far as my future schedule is looking and things I have planned for the channel, I'll be getting back to Jersey later today. So tomorrow's episode will be the first episode you guys will be seeing from my house. Not sure where exactly I'm going to do it. Most likely in my room. I have a decent light and stuff that'll hopefully look good. I can close the door, have a desk, all that. Not sure exactly what I'll be doing as far as my camera and stuff. I know my computer is very old, so my assumption is that the webcam on my computer will be worse than the quality on my phone, so I might stick with the phone setup I have right now because I've gotten comfortable with it and feel like the videos have come out decent aside from the large sidebars of black. So one of my goals is maybe I'll try and fill up those sidebars with some kind of content in some way, maybe like a design or whatever, just to make it look more presentable. That's something I should be able to do pretty easily with Photoshop or whatever. I'm decent with those kind of things once I'm on a computer. Overall, for things that actually matter to you guys more, since I'll have a little more time over the next week or two with my last couple days of winter vacation, winter break, whatever, from college, you'll likely be getting some longer episodes. Now that I've kind of figured out I can go over 15 minutes on YouTube, I'm going to probably have at least one episode that goes closer to 30 minutes where I really get into something and go on a rant. My content for probably next week or so, I'm hoping to get into a lot deeper content. There might be days I don't feel like doing a show, and those will be shorter shows, but overall looking to get deeper. And big thing is I'm going to really try and improve production quality in general, the sound and lighting and all that kind of stuff. I know I own a green screen at home. Maybe I'll do something fun like that and give myself a cool little background, but more likely than not, at least at the beginning, my main goal is to kind of just clean things up, make my process for myself a lot easier. Storage and downloading has been a big issue because I've been doing it all off my phone pretty much. And my phone has a decent amount of storage, but not a ton where I could do this for 365 days. It also, the download speeds have been absolutely terrible. I haven't been able to download any of these episodes in under a couple hours, which is rough. But that's something I should be able to fix by being near a computer and sharing the videos on there. As far as the channel itself goes, I plan on really getting into cleaning up the channel, making it more presentable and professional looking, fixing the thumbnail so it's not all pictures of my stupid face. And stupid face meaning I'm literally making a dumb face in every single thumbnail because YouTube kind of gives you 3 standard options unless you go and customize and upload your own thumbnail. And they're all those clips of me mid-conversation during the video, so they all look pretty rough. Gonna make some playlists on the channel to kind of break things up. I'm thinking of kind of breaking it up by month just to organize it for myself a little easier. I should be able to quickly whip up a channel logo banner thing that kind of hopefully emulates me and the channel pretty well. And then once I have that channel really cleaned up, the videos kind of cleaned up and edited a bit, I plan on sharing the channel on social media platforms or whatever. I'm not big on social media, but I'll throw it in my Instagram stories or whatever the heck it is. Again, I'm not familiar with that stuff, but I'll start sharing it around to all my friends, and they'll mostly use it as an opportunity to make fun of me, but that's cool. Other than that, as far as what I'm going to actually be talking about this weekend, I'll definitely hit on football content at some point, I like the way I did the reactions for the playoffs last time, so I'll probably do something similar to that. And then I feel like I have a lot of apps and tech tips and things like that I've kind of learned along the way, so I'm hoping to share a lot of that with you. There's a lot of things I do on apps and stuff that streamline my life and hopefully can do the same for you. But other than that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Talk to you guys tomorrow, and hopefully the show will only improve and go up from here. See ya.